Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone!
On today's Go, we're getting festive. Well, the man in red and white is in town. Trees have been decorated. It's officially the holiday season here along the Sea to Sky corridor. Welcome to Go's special Christmas show. I'm your host, Vanessa Ybarra, and on today's show, we'll be telling you about the many events happening along the Sea to Sky to get you in the festive spirit, including the Santa meet and greet. He's anxiously waiting for little visitors here at Bistro and Gelato Carina here in Squamish. But first, before we talk about that, let's switch to the topic of skiing. Here in the Sea to Sky with Whistler pretty much a stone's throw away, most of you have grown up skiing or snowboarding. Well, if you're like me growing up the Lower Mainland, you've never actually tried it. But that's all about to change. Let's head off to Whistler for our first story where I learned to ski in our Part 2 series. Well, I've tweeted and talked about this for months. Well, now the time has finally come to face the mountain and learn to ski. It's not going to be easy, it's not always going to be fun, but something tells me it's going to be worth it. So let's get going.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Andrew, nice to meet you.
Welcome to your first day of lessons. You ready to do this?
Sure, no turning back.
All right, gondola's this way.
As a Whistler Blackcomb ski instructor for 14 years, it's safe to say Andrew has taught hundreds of beginners such as myself.
We in the Max 4 program teach adults, so it's 19 and older. We get people from Mexico City who have never seen snow, and any place in the world. I've taught all categories.
Mine and all other beginners' adventures, starting with a scenic ride up the gondola.
We are heading up Whistler Mountain.
While the view of the mountain and Whistler Village below is truly breathtaking, it's hard to fully appreciate it, knowing the smaller it gets, the closer I am to following through on my skiing promise.
We got about 4 more minutes here on the gondola.
I guess no turning back now.
All right, Vanessa. This is our mid-mountain learning area here on Whistler Mountain. It's known as Olympic Station. We teach our adult beginners level 1, 2, and 3 here. We're going to start with some mobility exercises.
These first exercises of the day being surprisingly without skis. Fine with me.
They're just trying to get used to the ski boots, walking heel to toe, heel to toe. By putting the skis on right away, it makes it very hard to move around because it's very foreign. So by doing it without the skis on, you can get used to some of the motions without having to worry about sliding and suddenly losing control. Okay, now let's see if we can go around the circle, walking sideways.
Okay, sideways here.
There you go, good.
With my balance and coordination slowly improving, next it's on to opening up the hips.
Everything should be coming from the hips.
The legs are turning here within the hips, yes.
Okay. All right, I'm skiing.
Look at me, look at me.
Not quite.
Turns out in skiing, the average recreational skier can reach a speed of up to 40 kilometers an hour cruising down the mountain, which is why posture is also crucial to help avoid injury and maintain smooth acceleration.
Keeping the shoulders sort of approximately over top of knees, over top of toes, so an athletic position. The upper body is just slightly bent and flexed forward. Hands are relaxed and towards the front.
With this, a first-time beginner such as myself have ever handled mountain equipment, Whistler Blackcomb's Max 4 and all other novice lessons also include learning the essentials, from how to unlock skis.
If you lift this ski here, they'll just come apart for you.
Right down to the proper way to clip boots into bindings.
Right foot, toe goes in here. Whoa, whoa, gentle, gentle.
Finger.
Toe goes in first, and step down. Ta-da!
It's that easy, eh?
All right,
That's
all
awesome.
right.
And with that, it's finally time to ski. Sort of.
Follow me, please. We move into sliding around with one ski on, just developing some experience. Good position, good. Heads up, looking where we're going. For people who have no experience, to have their feet slide away on them, they're not used to it. Falling is not unusual.
All right. Ah!
You were lucky.
I may be lucky right now, but I'm not so sure for what's about to come next.
All right, Vanessa, how you feeling? You ready for 2 skis?
Oh God, why not? Let's try this.
Excellent. Come on over.
On the next Learn to Ski series Part 3, Vanessa puts the slow in slowpoke,
So bring the tips just a little wider from each other.
I don't want to.
and things turn dramatic on the downhill.
There you go. Look at me, Mom, I'm skiing.
Oh man, I gotta admit, my arms were killing after that first lesson, but it was so much fun. So again, be sure to stay tuned to our next show where, I attempt 2 skis. It should be entertaining. And speaking of which, if you want to sign up for those Max 4 lessons they offer at Whistler Blackcomb, they've got half-day and full-day lessons. You can go to the link at the bottom of the screen there. All right, well, switching gears, of course, when it comes to holidays, it wouldn't be Christmas without a visit with Santa. And up in Whistler, in true Whistler fashion, they got some pretty sweet events going on. You can skate with Santa, and a neat event going on December 19th. It's a Dress Like Santa event at the Whistler Village Gondola. The first 100 people to show up dressed like St. Nick get a free lift pass that day. So get creative with your costumes and get out there and have some fun. All right, well, let's start to our next story of the day here on the show. Here in Squamish, St. Nick has also got some tricks up his sleeve. And here in town, 3 lucky little girls got to take a ride with the man himself, heli style.
364 days of the year, this Blackcomb Aviation helicopter is used for rescuing hikers and conducting surveillance. But one special day a year, it's Santa's turn.
Blackcomb Aviation's been good to us. We take care of them and they helped us out. And the kids are going to get a real special ride today.
It's just very important to us to be in the community, help the community, and it's great fun. Who gets to fly Santa around, when his sleigh's being serviced at the shops?
Hello, ladies.
As a special holiday treat, Blackcomb Aviation's partner with Santa, and of course his trusty sidekick Mrs. Claus, to take these 3 lucky girls on a once-in-a-lifetime helicopter ride over Squamish.
I've never been in a helicopter. Very excited. I've never really went on one. It just looks really fun. I'm most excited about flying in a helicopter with Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Blackcomb Aviation's going to take us for a fly today. You guys ready?
And while getting to skip school to hang with Santa is major bragging rights, for this crew, it's an experience they rightfully earned.
We send out the invitation to all the schools in Squamish, and it's for kids between 6 and 18. We put in a question saying what Christmas means to me, and they can either do a writing or an art piece.
10-year-old Elena's drawing being one of the top 3 submissions that stood out from the 91 received in the 3rd annual Literacy Art Contest.
I drew a tree and people standing around it singing, holding hands. Just popped into my head. I did a poem and I wrote about cookies and family members and presents. I chose to do a drawing because I love art. I drew a picture of a Christmas tree with my family sharing presents.
Christmas is all about family and friends and getting together and Santa. Doing something like this, I think it's really good. They get a chance to think about what the real meaning of Christmas is.
This one here is a sliding door. There's a handle on the inside, and you just lift the handle up.
After a quick safety rundown and group photo, it's time for takeoff. Following a whirlwind flight over the valley and Howe Sound, the group touches down at Squamish terminals.
How was it?
It was lots of fun.
Much smoother than Santa's sleigh.
But the adventure's not over yet.
So we go and get some cookies and hot chocolate?
Let's load you in cars.
In true Santa style, the girls then enjoy some warm cookies and hot chocolate alongside himself and Mrs. Claus,
Right to the camera, please, and a big smile.
before finally having a fun photo shoot downtown. These smiles marking the end to an unforgettable day.
Thanks, Santa!
You're so welcome. Merry Christmas, girls.
After the break,
the collections themselves, I think, are really harkening back to times of community and memories of Christmases in the past.
find out the special significance behind this Dickens display.
Welcome back from the break. We're here on Go celebrating the many events happening along the Sea to Sky corridor during Christmas time. And one of the best ones we've been featuring today is the Santa picture session we're having here at Bistro and Gelato Carina. And the organizers of the event, Cindy and Greg here. Cindy, let's talk first of all, we've been seeing Santa the whole shoot. Tell us how often he's going to be here leading up to Christmas.
Oh, yes. So we've got him coming every Friday from 4 till 9 and Saturday from
noon till 4. And we're going to be doing Santa photos for the next 3 weeks. And I'm part of my business, Double Shutter Images, and we will also be offering family and friend portraits any of those times, plus Saturday evenings.
Yeah, Santa's been busy, as we saw. You were in the prior story with the helicopter. And as is this place, many events are being offered here along with Santa. Tell us what else you have. Malt wine sounds kind of good.
Yes, mulled wine, because Greg's now newly licensed, so we're going to have mulled wine and all kinds of goodies.
Spiced eggnog. Yeah.
Spiced eggnog.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
So
even some milkshakes with adult flavorings.
nice. Some
Yes.
rum in the eggnog, maybe.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah, exactly.
And tell us about some other events happening.
Well, we've got, as you can hear, we've got some live music. We've got live music every Friday and Saturday. We've got some highlighted artists coming in. All of the musicians that are coming are all local musicians, and so it'll be really lots of Christmas carols and just festive music. And then on Sundays we've got Advent, and Mayor Patty Heisman comes and lights the candle, and Carol Groman sings and tells stories. So we've got a lot of things going on, but our goal was really to just make it more of a place to come and relax and enjoy the holidays without all the hustle and bustle, and a place to just get together with friends and neighbors.
Yeah, it's a real central gathering spot, right down to the mayor being here. But Greg, so this is the first year, though. Usually it's been outside. I know prior, this is the first year it's been at your store here. What made you want to take part in it?
Well, Cindy and I have been doing it for the last 10 years outdoors, and it's a lot of work, and we just thought this year we would step back and just create a friendly environment for ourselves also, because we also have families, and just step back and create this environment where people can come in from the hustle and bustle outdoors, the shopping, the stress and all that, and then they can come in here and have a mulled wine or spiced eggnog.
You know what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
And how much have you seen festivities grow here in Squamish? For a small town, they really do put on a really great show. The parade's tonight. What are your thoughts on how we celebrate Christmas here?
Oh, Squamish is a small town, and a true town. Like, the community is awesome. We started about 12 years ago with the Canada Day festivities. That was myself and Eric Armour. And it has grown to a huge capacity, 2,000 to 4,000 people. We also have, the Windfest. These are summer things.
Yeah.
But for Christmas, we have this one. And the Santa Parade has been going on for years. And we've just plugged into that. And if you stick around, you'll see a lot of people coming down to see this.
Totally. I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's head on down to Britannia Mine for this story, where one special village display is delivering a time travel to the past.
Here at the Britannia Mine Museum, all it takes is one glance at the once thriving mine's equipment, and you're instantly transported back in time. However, it turns out there's a different kind of nostalgia also tucked away on this site.
There's all kinds of stores and buildings in here. This one is a pewter shop, but I love the little chimney sweep.
Placing each item with precision and care, Britannia Mine Museum's Kirsten Clausen excitedly puts the finishing touches on the museum's new Dickens Christmas display.
This particular village is Department 56, which is a fairly high-end porcelain village. And it is full of little houses and the buildings and the businesses that would have been in a Dickens era kind of community. One I have right now is the ghost of Christmas Past with his chains. And of course he's outside of Scrooge's house, and Tiny Tim's house is right next door. So all the characters from the Christmas Carol are in this collection.
And while the detail of the collection's over a dozen characters is mesmerizing to look at, there is more to the display. You see, after visiting a quaint town back in the 70s, its makers were surprised at how seeing and hearing carolers and cozy lit-up churches suddenly brought back their own memories of Christmas past. And so, they soon set out to create that same feeling of nostalgia through its Charles Dickens display, as well its North Pole display also being showcased at the museum.
The collections themselves, I think, are really hearkening back to times of community and memories of Christmases in the past. I think that the designers of the village wanted to really evoke family time, community time, and the true meaning of Christmas.
For Kirsten, seeing this grand train station instantly brings back memories of traveling as a little girl.
Back when you could travel in Alberta by train, I visited my grandmother on train. Now, of course, we didn't land in a train station like that, but Edmonton's train station was pretty impressive. That family time, getting to traveling at Christmas time, and that's the piece that triggered a memory for me.
It's those memories this history lover too hopes to awaken others. The museum recently held a wine and dine night for locals to finally see the one-of-a-kind setup.
I have always loved little miniature villages and, sort of that old London style theme and, the old, almost like a Harry Potter feel to like a little village. And when I see this, that's what it totally reminds me of.
It's funny, it does make me think of like Eaton's and Woodward's displays, like the really Christmassy, going to the mall, I'll be honest. But then also like Christmas movies kind of come to mind.
For Santa, who was also on hand to celebrate the display, its tiny trinkets brought up memories of himself as young St. Nick.
I think this is just spectacular. Reminds me of a young lad up in the North Pole when I'd be delivering presents. We'd go through downtown Vancouver, the Hudson's Bay window, and it was always decorated lovely.
With the museum hoping to add a train and even more porcelain homes to the setup in the next few years, the hope is as the display expands, so do the conversations.
Places matter, history matters. Taking a moment or two to reflect on what that means just kind of strengthens the spirit of Christmas. Sums up exactly what Charles Dickens wrote himself for the Christmas Carol. For it is good to be children sometime, but never better than at Christmas time.
With those special memories of Christmas gone past, coming from the most unlikely of places.
The District 56 displays will be set up at the Britannia Mine Museum until January 3rd, and Santa will also be there every weekend, so be sure to check that out, and he's there until Christmas, of course. All right, well, moving along here, along with village displays, another great part of Christmas is gingerbread displays. And up in Pemberton, they've got a really cool event going on called the Pemberton Gingerbread Project. It's happening until December 20th, and you can go in and vote on your favorite gingerbread house made by local businesses. There's over a dozen. It's a great display, and better yet, all proceeds go towards the food bank, so head on up there as well. All right, well, moving along here on the show, for us adults, let's admit it, one of the best parts of Christmas is sipping some yummy cocktails with your family and friends. We recently invited Gillespies into our studio to make us some concoctions. Well, 'tis the season for holiday cheer and holiday cocktails. With Christmas just around the corner, we're joined today by Gillespies owner Kelly Woods, who's going to show us some drinks to help amp up the festive cheer. So,
sure am.
Yeah, we got a lot laid out
Absolutely.
here, Kelly. Let's start though. Why does a holiday season make for such a great time, first of all, to experiment?
Well, I think everybody's usually into the holiday cheer around Christmas time naturally. And there's some classics. People serve red wine and people serve classics like that, but it's just such a great opportunity to try new things.
Right.
And with just so many opportunities and people out there who are making really good drinks and really good products, it's just a great time to gift people with a creation in your home.
Open their eyes, and it doesn't just have to be cinnamon or nutmeg, many other ingredients you
Oh,
can use.
many others. So the ones that we're making today are a little bit festive oriented, just with some color and some real Christmas spirit. And a couple of them can be made non-alcoholic, which is really nice for your designated drivers or your pregnant ladies.
All the mothers out there, such as yourself, mothers to be. Let's start with the first one, Calamansi Fizz.
Sure, so we're using our vodka, our limoncello, which we call lemoncello, and we're using frostbite syrup, calamansi lime syrup, which just gives it a really nice flavor profile. Okay. And then if you have a soda stream, which is really awesome, you can use your soda stream to add the fizz to it. And then we'll give it a stir.
Okay. And just a few ounces of each of them?
There's an ounce of vodka, there's an ounce of limoncello, and probably about an ounce of the calamansi.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just to kick it up a notch and make it really nice and festive.
Nice.
Pomegranate seeds are so in season and they're really nice in Christmas drinks. So
it's that little touch of Christmas there. Lovely.
Lovely and refreshing. So without the alcohol, it makes a really nice virgin cocktail.
Great, that's awesome. And like I said, you don't think of more tropical drinks for Christmas time, but anything goes. So.
You want something light and refreshing. You don't always want to drink the red wine and the hot toddies and everything heavy. So
okay, so that looks great. Now let's start with the other, the second one you have here.
Sure.
Sin Gin.
Sin Gin. This is our gin. It's a new American style gin. So the juniper isn't really the hugely predominant component, which makes it a little bit lighter, and some people refer to it as the gin for gin drinkers, which is kind of fun. So this is like you can make a mojito style drink with just about anything, but we're making sort of a savory mojito, and it sounds a little strange to people, but we've got cherry tomatoes, basil, and sugar in here. And then we're gonna squeeze some fresh lemon.
Okay.
So we've also got some Christmassy colors going on, which is kind of fun.
And it's like people can come to your lounge here in Squamish and try all of these also.
Yeah, we're really excited to open the lounge, and it's been a long time coming, and people have really been waiting, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we're gonna add ice. I'm no stranger to ice. I love a good amount of ice in a drink because it keeps it cold and refreshing. So we have 2 ounces of the gin.
Okay. 2 ounces, give or take?
Give or take, yeah. Give or take, depending on how festive you're feeling. And then this is another one where we're gonna add soda water. So we add soda water like so.
Okay. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, this is a really nice drink. This is a really nice festive flavored drink. And if you stir it up, you've got all those gorgeous colors coming on there. And then this one, you can garnish it with a slice of lemon or a piece of basil or
anything could be a garnish, really.
Totally, totally. Or cherry tomato on a skewer, but that's
all right.
That's your
I'm curious. I'm not a fan of tomatoes, so I'm gonna, but this looks amazing.
You should try that.
That's what I mean. There's one way to try tomatoes.
With booze in it.
Oh. It's got a nice kick to it almost.
Yeah, it's got a really nice kick, and it's refreshing and full. And that one as well can be done as a non-alcoholic drink without the gin.
Yeah, I feel like I'm almost drinking a tapa or something in Spain. It's lovely.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Well, it's great because Christmas time, sometimes it's the calories we want to try and get away from, and this tastes healthy.
Absolutely. Absolutely, there's no harm in having a healthy component to your cocktails because alcohol really brings it into your bloodstream, and it's basically, can be medicinal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the last drink we're gonna make now, this is a drink.
So this is a drink for adults.
Oh, this is definitely an adult drink. It's an old-fashioned, and old-fashioned refers to one of the oldest versions of cocktails available. So we've got sugar, and then we've got lots of bitters. You can add a little bit of water. I'm not going to for this one. And then we give it a stir to make a paste with the sugar and the bitters.
Now, where would someone buy bitters like that?
Oh, all kinds of places. Nestor's, Save On. Like this is Angostura is like the classic bitters.
Okay.
So yeah, you can buy that one anywhere. And if you want to get fancy bitters, you can go to like a cocktail or a bar store, order them online. So we're going to use 2 ounces of Afro, and we call it Afro because everything in the bottle is an aphrodisiac, including the alcohol.
Right, as you mentioned, all of your alcohols are vodka.
They're all vodka based right now. So if you're making a liqueur, technically what Afro and Limoncello is, you're either using brandy or vodka to make a liqueur. So we're getting into our fruit brandies, which we're really excited about next year.
Okay.
So you'll see more sort of liqueurs with a brandy base with us next year. So you stir this to combine, and you can use rum, you can use aged tequila, you can use rye, you can use whiskey. So really experiment with the old fashioned, but it's the exact same recipe.
Okay.
And then we add our ice. This is such a simple drink, but it's so good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, so we add our ice, and then we'll give that a really good stir as well.
And this is meant to be sipped slowly, obviously. This is a nice savor drink.
This is I'm not driving home. I'm here for the night, having a couple cocktails with my friends. This is a beautiful drink, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. Right. And then we take a really nice fresh slice of orange. You've got all those beautiful essential oils happening in it.
Oh, wow.
And then we're gonna rim the glass like so. And then we're gonna do a twist over the top so all of those gorgeous oils are getting into the drink.
Okay.
And I think you should try this one too.
Yeah. Okay, why not?
Why not? Exactly, absolutely.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, I've never had an old fashioned either, but not too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the ice dilutes it, the sugar dilutes it, you've got all that beautiful orange oil. And as I say, you can make it with all kinds of different alcohols for Christmas time.
And are you seeing an increase in people choosing to, almost like a throwback, choose the older cocktails now?
Absolutely. Well, thanks to modern mixologists and all these amazing alcohol writers, we're starting to understand the history of mixology dating back to Jerry Thomas in 1862. And one of the early forefathers of the movement, and people are starting to research and understand it so much more and make amazing drinks now. And there's all kinds of modern mixologists that have now asked for certain liqueurs to be remade, and so it's a really exciting time in the alcohol industry for sure.
And easy to make at home. So.
Absolutely.
All right, well thank you so much for coming in, Kelly.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
You know,
another great cocktail for the holidays, an eggnog cocktail. It's simple. It's just eggnog, milk, ice, and rum. So if you want to try out that recipe, the link is on the bottom of your screen here. Well, that wraps up our show here, coming to you from the Bistro and Gelato, Carina. But look who I got next to me. We're not quite done yet. Any chance to get screen time, eh, Santa?
Any time for screen time, but I'm happy to be here at Christmas with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You've been busy. How do you feel? We've got a few days left till Christmas. Where are you at?
Lots to do, lots to do. The elves are working hard. I'm taking my vitamins. Mrs. Claus is making sure I get enough sleep, and I'm going to be ready to go on December 24th.
You're good, eh? Now the question is, we saw you on that helicopter. Are you just going to use that now to deliver? It seems like a better mode of transportation, maybe.
No, I've got so many gifts to take to so many children. That helicopter's just, it'd never get off the ground.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Santa.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Well, again, that wraps up our show here. If you've got any pictures you want to send us celebrating your Christmas festivities, you can reach out to us on Twitter, on Facebook, and view all of our past Christmas videos we've done as well on our YouTube channel. Again, the link is on the bottom of the screen. Santa, do you want the last word? Maybe a good, strong ho, ho, ho?
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everyone. See you on the 24th.